Welcome back to the Summer Stage Qualifiers here in the East. My name is Jaws, joined by Custer this evening. We've got first two games coming up in just a moment. There's a couple of bloodbaths coming in. I'm gonna keep it real with you, Scott. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Whenever a team is 1-4, two teams are 1-4, that low down, it's gonna be some Overwatch that is gonna get played. O2 Blast and PANTHERA is gonna be our first game.
And, you know, that's not always a bad thing. Obviously, these teams have gone through a lot of changes as of late, but something that is fun watching these guys of who's going to step up in the moment. You know, we just saw Vegas Eternal take on the LA Valiant in the West. It was a fun little, like, bottom of the table duel. That's what we're going to see here once again. And both teams have very distinct, different styles as well. We've got a couple of other great matches as well today.
Yep, it's going to be a good time. Seoul Dynasty and PANTHERA will be... Oh, sorry, Pokerface.
Oh, two blasts.
Yeah, no. Seoul Dynasty and Pokerface is second game.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay. You
O2 Blast versus PANTHERA is the first one, before we start confusing our audience.
Yeah. Seoul Dynasty versus Pokerface is the second one. And then Avril and Harry will take you to the last game of the day and round out the day for us. Yeah, this week's been pretty interesting, Scott. I think the Eastern Stage games, it's always fun just coming from, obviously we made across North America and then jumping into the East like once in a blue moon. It's like, damn. There is some wild stuff happening over here. Like Dallas Fuel dominating everybody after not doing so hot at the start of the season. I mean, they've already qualified too in top 4, which is fantastic for them. But then some of the contenders teams, they're just so scrappy, man. Like it's crazy to see.
It's just very different the way that the game is played on both regions, and there's just different looks, different styles. And as I said, I think there's a lot more teams that are just playing to their strengths in a lot of respects. And as you were just talking about, Jack, Dallas Fuel sitting pretty at the top 6-0, looking dominant so far in the summer qualifier. Soul Infernal obviously nipping at their heels. Yeah, just got dethroned as the #1 team in the East. But then the contenders teams have been struggling so far in this summer qualifiers compared to what we saw in the spring knockouts, at least. But, you know, Guangzhou Charge have also taken a tumble down the standings.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dreamers are doing pretty well. 3-3. Still pretty nice. But, yeah, they're the only contenders team currently that is doing well up against these Overwatch League teams. Both PANTHERA, O2 Blast, and Pokerface 1-4. But then so are the Charge, so, you know. But, well, luckily for PANTHERA and O2 Blast, one of them will get an extra W here, unless we're not going to call it a draw. Imagine if a series ended in a draw. That would be
that's impossible.
Ridiculous. Yeah, well, control exists, unfortunately. But, you know, kind of funny if that was the case.
It would be funny.
I mean, hey, Flashpoint's up soon. Hey, Flashpoint's coming out soon, baby. Let's go. Get control.
I'm excited. I'm excited for a new game mode. It sort of opens everything up. It'll be like Push again, where like no one really knows what to do. And even still to this day, Push is still a sort of uncertainty. Teams have different strategies. Some people really like to do different things. And every time we see a match, it feels like the meta is evolving, at least on those maps. But as we look at today's matchups, as we said, O2 Blast versus PANTHERA for the first one. Then we got Seoul Dynasty versus Pokerface. Seoul Dynasty should hopefully be able to close that one out. But yeah, as I was talking about earlier, Jack, O2 Blast is coming in against PANTHERA, and O2 Blast play a very unique way. I believe we casted them yesterday, was it? And we have Protect as the tank, and he is very heavily just an off-tank player. He wants to play that D.Va and he wants to play that Ramatra almost to a detriment.
Yeah, he kind of got ruined on the D.Va. Like, you just need to play Winston in this meta. Or Ryan, right? Like, or Reinhardt. Just play Ryan. It's feels like it's that simple. I mean, Dreamers kind of showed it off quite well yesterday. Dreamer, obviously, piloting the Reinhardt and then the Winston when he needed to. And, yeah, O2 Blast did struggle yesterday. They really did. And they've got, a legend in Who Are You on their team, too. And Prophet as well, who's been on Seoul Dynasty. Got a lot of experience with an Overwatch League team and got experience with the GOAT Prophet, but O2 Blast as a squad as a whole, yeah, not doing it so hot. Kara and Search in the backline too. They haven't really been a super standout either, which is a little bit disappointing from O2 Blast, which normally is a feeder team up into the Overwatch League, producing the very best talent that Overwatch has to offer, but this time around, not so much. Who are you getting the eye drops in?
Let's go. Making sure he's ready. And he has been a standout for this team in the last series that we watched. His Tracer has really been impressing me. But on the other side, we talk about PANTHERA, and this is a team that I don't think has been as much of a feeder team into the Overwatch League in the past, but they've always just been around. Like, this team has been around since the beginning of time, you know, going all the way back to the Apex days, and they have some names that really stand out. from the history of Overwatch. You know, we have Nice and Becky, who they've, I don't know if Nice ever actually made it to the league, but or at least played that many games, but he's been around for such a long time, very flexible player. Then obviously developed, making that role swap. He was in the Overwatch League at some point as a hit scan player. He's actually transitioned to the flex support. So this team is, you know, very storied throughout their history, but haven't had as much success so far this stage.
Yeah, Nice was in Contenders a long time ago.
Yeah,
I remember casting Nice. He's been around for quite a while at this point, yeah. And it's nice to see some of these people they're still chilling and develop. Yeah, he was on the Shanghai Dragons at one point. He's a break head-to-head for you. Apache and Search.
Yeah, a peach. He's definitely winning out on this one over Search. Obviously, the numbers aren't dramatically different, but a peach has definitely been doing better. Almost 7 deaths per 10 for Search on that break. He's just been struggling to stay alive, and obviously that's not as much always an individual thing. Could be a team thing. I actually looked it up here, Jack. Nice was in the Overwatch League in Toronto Defiant back in 2021.
He was a long time ago.
Yeah, but I don't think he played as much as I believe he was sort of on the bench for a lot of that time, but he is a skilled player, and he's been around since 2017, going all the way back to Metabellum for any Apex heads back then.
Which is wild. Yeah, that Toronto Defiant roster was huge too. It had Lastra on it, which is quite cool. It had Mr. Logix, Heese. Yeah, Nice. He's been around the block, man. He has been around the block. I mean, I casted him back in 2019 when I was in Contenders. I was doing Contenders career at that time, so Fusion University.
Fusion Uni? Yeah,
all the way back when, playing with the late alarm too. So yeah, he's really been all over the place. Again, good to see him still kicking around, and you know, unfortunately the team not doing so hot right now, but still getting some reps in. Always nice. Here's the map set for this series: Lijiang Tower, Icon Velda, Second Royale, Esperanza, and Oasis to round it out.
And I think it's funny, you know, we're sort of talking about it here of like, oh, these teams or these players are struggling, but these are the 4 teams that have come up from Contenders. So this is the cream of the crop in Contenders, but when you're putting them up against these Overwatch League teams, some of the most stacked rosters that we have in the world, that's where their struggles are coming. But when they're playing against each other, it's easy to forget that these are just such talented players who have been around the block for a while. So I'm excited to see this series, though. O2 Blast, as I said, very niche with the way that they like to play the game, while PANTHERA, on the other hand, they really like to lean into just this Winston dive. That's the core of how they play the game, so much so that we're even heading over to Control Center, and they're going to play the Winston dive unconventional. Almost everyone plays either Reinhardt Rush or Ramatra Rush.
Yeah, our pen on the Winston. It's going to be a tough time actually getting in onto somebody. Becky's already going pretty low. Yeah. There's the bubble from our pen, but I mean, they're just running them down, man. There's a reason why people play, especially on this map. I mean, it's so enclosed. Like, like where you diving is Winston. You know, oh, nice shot. Like, where are you diving against Winston? Like, you're gonna hit your head on the ceiling. Like, and that's not even a joke. Like, that's such a detriment to your playstyle and like being able to execute on the backline. It's almost impossible to get a good leap onto the backline.
And it's just so choke heavy. Like, how do you effectively set up an? Oh, that's just. I'm not gonna say it. That was a great shot, but it was also lucky. Like, he's just shooting down that corridor. Unfortunately, Slay was on the receiving end of it. But yeah, I'm worried for PANTHERA with this setup, trying to play this Winston Echo on this map. It's just so difficult. You can see who are you just waiting with a Maywall, trying to dive protector, getting good damage. But he can't stay alive.
It's just too much healing. I mean, Karu just hits one right click, hits the shift as well. Like, if you're under half HP, which is the danger point right against the Echo, you're just going to get into topped up to almost full, man. Then you have to get through the armor again. I mean, I guess this is the best Arpen can really do, Scott, is just try and touch point. Ooh. If he hits this, man. Oh, he got him. That flick was kind of nutty too, actually. That was very quick reaction times. Okay,
Prophet is kind of
chill out, bro. Holy.
And he's just making it look easy on this Hanzo. He doesn't even look like he's impressed with himself. I'm more impressed than he is. And yeah, PANTHERA though, really just struggling to get anything done, just sort of poking around. And the issue is, you can see Nice and Arpen trying to get aggressive, but their backline just keeps getting walled off, so they're so split from each other that O2 Blast just picks a side and takes them down and then turns back around to deal with the other.
Oh, here comes the engage again. Ult's available, Scott.
Yeah, ult's up.
There it is. Nano onto the Echo. Becky jumping into the backline. One-shotting Prophet. Finally, they put an end to his tyranny. However, that Blizzard and the sound barrier coming out from O2 Blast might be good enough to win this fight. I mean, PANTHERA still have 3 ults, but the Annihilation, they just ran down the backline. No Slay, no Develop. They got to deal with Protect, and Becky couldn't even get the dupe off Arpen. No Primal Rage. I mean, this was
Why didn't they use the ultimates? That was a strange look there for me. Well, like, Arpen, if you're going to fall, Becky, if you're going to fall, you may as well go down with a fight, pop those ultimates, stay in it. Yeah, just press Q. You know, you're going to lose the round anyway. But it's just questionable decision here by PANTHERA. I understand you play to your strengths, but at some point you need to show a willingness to play these Ramatra comps, these Reinhardt comps on maps that are going to demand it.
Nice. All right. These Prophets putting on a show, eh?
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, that was greedy of Becky. Like, come on now. You saw one of the arrows being launched past you.
Yeah, and the thing about it that I feel for Prophet is he was a great prospect, great player who was signed to the league, but when he joins, he was expected to play Sombra, a hero that he didn't look as comfortable on, but if he came in during a hit scan meta, I think he would have made a name for himself, but just not the right meta at the right time, and still sticking to wanting to play this hit scan on the Ashe here, but PANTHERA sticking to the dive. Oh, nice shot! Holy!
It was a headshot too. He didn't even need to hit the head, but hey, takes him with anyway. Nice work by Prophet. Dude, what cereal did he have today?
Yeah, I want that. Arpen is starting to zap people down, but there's just not going to be enough legs. His Arpen's on the point, but he's going to get hunted down by Who Are You and Protect. He is going to get out, but that will be first cap going over to O2 Blast. I believe the dive should have a better setup here on Night Market because they can move around, they can set up these effective dives. But O2 Blast really showing that they just have more legs, more sustainability in these fights.
Dude, we are watching Overwatch right now, man. What is happening? I mean, what is this? Protects like 1v1s develop, like just walks to their spawn, just kills him. They find the flip. Prophet's in trouble. Okay, Arpen's dead, and yeah, that's the fight over, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
It's chaotic. It looks a lot like our ranked games when we played yours.
Actually, though, well, the tank soloed me in the backline, Scott. I hope you get somebody, because I'm dead.
It's just Slay and Developer just have a Ramatra running them down at all times, and Arpen and Nice are just trading blows on the other side as well.
No, pulse bomb in the hands of Who Are You? You can almost guarantee he's going to stick this one. All right, who's he looking for? Well, the supports haven't crossed, I don't think. They may be still in... They're still in main! Oh, yeah. They're still in main. That's so rough. PANTHERA need to be able to rotate the supports out. Okay, they finally got back. There's the pulse bomb on Arpen, though. Annihilation's going to get ripped, too. Nice little whip shot there onto Nice. No pulse bomb efficiency. 0 currently from Nice. Feels pretty bad. And, yeah, the supports, they're in trouble. And it looks like it's going to be a reset. No more deaths. Arpen's back.
And you can see the backline is just struggling to get into this fight. Arpen and Nice are going to the point, trying to draw O2 Blast away, but they're not having any of it. They're just holding the door so that the supports can't help them at all. And they just haven't really been able to find any legs. Once again, they have the ultimates up. They have the nano boost. They have the copy of the primal rage, so they should be able to have a long, drawn-out fight utilizing their ultimates.
That was Nice being so defensive. He took 1 bullet from Who Are You and hit the recall. There's the copy. No rally, though. Not yet, anyway. 50% charge on that one. Becky's still swinging. There's the kill on to Protect. They're going to get something going. A rally coming out from Slay. Matching by Search as Arpen jumps the backline. He's nano boosted, so this should be the fight cleanup here. They've actually finally got something done. Regardless of Bob being on the field, O2 Blast lose the point at 93%. There you go.
Yeah, Protect just getting very aggressive, trying to take down the duplicate by Becky, but with 3 supports on the field, it was just too much healing. Couldn't bring him down, and Protect ended up paying for his life. And their PANTHERA were able to clean everyone else up. But Protect is coming up with his Annihilation. It will be difficult to keep that one running with... Oh, nice stick.
Good stick.
I think he stuck the Tracer, and then the Tracer recall.
I think Slay died to a floor pulse from a nice hit in the recall. Well, regardless, Scott, it's Becky versus the world right now. And Prophet chased him down with a Magnate. Oh, you gotta run.
Oh, nice headshot as well.
Oh, good sticky bombs. Oh, Prophet is just better. 95%. O2 Blast. Yeah, all I'm saying, that guy has had a full breakfast. Is now living a full life on the point. Up end is 1
When you
HP.
eat 3 vegetables a day.
Oh, nice kill though. Nice takes him out. However, still have to touch. There's the Annihilation. And here we go. Cross the Annihilation challenge. Almost impossible. Duplication from Becky. Copies the Ana. They're going to get to stay on this point for at least for a little bit here. Our Panthera. Slays 1 HP though after getting naded. And it's Becky's chance. Now he'll develop. But Duplicate's going to run out momentarily. And there it is. The Nano on the brig. Raid boss activated. Panthera now have to chew through this health, armor, and all the rest. Over health if he gets a rally in time. But no, they don't even need it. All good. O2 Blast with a nice little win on Control to start off the series.
That's just a chaotic map in general. Panthera are really just sort of playing very individualistic. Everyone doing their own thing, moving around, and just trying to win those respective 1v1s. But O2 Blast doing a great job of staying together, keeping each other alive. I will say, this is a map that definitely is going to favor O2 Blast. They want to play Ramatra Rush. This is their bread and butter. So as we move on to future maps, maybe it could go in Panthera's favor and we could see a very different, I guess, play out of these maps.
That was their first Control win of this split as well, so O2 Blast are feeling pretty good. Let's jump to a quick break. Hybrid up next. Can Panthera come back?
Testament to my skill. Forged in the dragon's back. I feel the
O2 Blast finding their first control win of this split against PANTHERA. Pretty messy game, I'd say, Scott, but entertaining nonetheless. Prophet got some nice Twitter clips. PANTHERA, on the other hand, did not. We're going to Escort. No, sorry, Hybrid is our next game time.
Yeah, heading over to Eigenwalde, and this is a map that should be a lot more favored towards PANTHERA. They can play the Winston dive. Maybe Arpen will be able to get more success because it felt like every time they tried to do anything, they were countered or they were just so split from each other because Winston just isn't as strong on Lijiang Tower. So maybe now that there's more high grounds, they can play around themselves and their composition a little bit better. Could be better against O2 Blast, but maybe O2 Blast have a trick up their sleeve, wanting to play the Ramatra, wanting to play these different looks.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, O2 Blast right now, 1-4 in Hybrid. Not won too many maps this season. This split even. I mean, currently they've only taken 4 maps, 5 I guess now, if you count Lijiang Tower, which is quite insane, sitting at the bottom of the leaderboard right now. Like I mentioned at the pre-show, 4 teams sitting on 1-4, so you need to start breaking away if you're O2 Blast. You need to start getting up there. We'll see if PANTHERA can do the same though, as they are sitting on 1-4 as well. So here we go. Eigenwalde, way better for Winston. Not as good for O2 Blast, actually. Lijiang Tower seemed like the perfect map for them, Scott.
Yeah, they can play everything that they wanted. They even made the Prophet Ashe work quite well, and that was something that we sort of spoke about O2 Blast in their previous series that we casted of like Prophet on the hit scan. It's a great look for them, but if they ever play against a team or on a map that isn't conducive to playing long range hit scan, it's kind of difficult, and you become such a big target that any strong executable dive will punish. So maybe PANTHERA can dig into their bag of tricks and do that right there to him. But looks like Prophet is going to start on the Cassidy. I like this pick if you anticipate the opposition going to play that dive.
Yeah, I mean, assuming Becky's going to be playing the Echo here, I think Prophet's doing the right thing here. Playing the Cass. Who are you on the May? Bit of a hodgepodge comp, it feels like, but with the Ram, it does make a lot of sense. Knowing PANTHERA, though, they're going to go dive. Nice on the Sombra. Sabiki played a little bit, actually, when I cast him in Contenders. Oh, slips past. Almost undetected. He's in the system now. He's in the mainframe.
I really like Slay actually being on this Kiriko in this situation, because if you're playing a Brig, it's really difficult to play against this like Cassidy Ramatra Brig setup, because every time you step up, you don't really offer anything, but as soon as you step too far forward, you have a Ramatra in your face just punching you. So that's very difficult. Search breaks the hack. Does force nice out of the invisibility as well.
He does. Oh, who are you? Ends up going down. Little off-angling there from PANTHERA with Becky and Slay in the back line. There's the Suzu on the self, and, well, Distraction of Protector was the name of the game as the dive commences, as PANTHERA take out Prophet, and now the backline's just kind of crumbling. I mean, this whole time, Protect was trying to chase Slay, and there you go. That should be point A completed if they just get this kill onto the ramp.
And that's sort of what they're trying to do now, in the same way that we said PANTHERA were trying to split them up on Lijiang Tower. It works a lot better on Eigenwalde, and you saw the same thing, as you said. They couldn't deal with all the threats. There's a Kiriko in their backline just pumping out pressure, pumping out damage, healing for his flankers as well. In the past, what happened is they were playing the Brig who was trying to protect the Ana, but neither of them could step up. Now the Kiriko can just play aggressively with everyone else, and it's all automatically playing dividends for them so far on the first point as they capture pretty quickly.
Yes, they do. All right, now castle control. Should be pretty easy for PANTHERA to make this dive here. I mean, hey, you could go back to like Overwatch 1 double dive tank here with the D.Va and the Winston if you really wanted to. Ana would be a better copy though.
Yeah. Ever since the duplicate nerf, where you don't get the full health pool of tanks, it hasn't been as useful to do it because your hitbox is so big, it's so hard to get your ultimate up before you just get knocked out of that duplicate. So it's more of a only used on tanks if you really are in a desperate position to get to just stay alive. Ultimate's coming up here for PANTHERA. They have a lot of them. Protect gets nano.
That's a nano Protect there. Yeah, I think he got manual hacked. Here comes the dive. What's Protect going to do? They're trading a backlines potentially. Becky's still got the duplicate if they really need it. Yeah, okay, there's the copy on the D.Va. They're just going to try and help Arpen find kills.
Nice
and there you go.
Slay.
Who you ends up going down to, to a just straight kunai by Slay. And here's the remet kill. Oh, no, called it. Got it wrong. tough struggles, and there's no way of surviving that. However, saying that, Surge comes in, drops from the heavens, pops the rally, gets the bash, so they are going to be able to get the remake and all this overhealth for the rest of the team. Nice nade, stops Arpen from leaping away too. Becky's going to take him out. They do end up trading here, but control of the castle is really what O2 Blast require. They're just slowly getting picked apart. Another redive comes in. Becky, an execution kill.
Where's Surge going?
Caillou. Surge is in the back line of O2 of PANTHERA. All right, well, didn't work out. I'll tell you right now.
I want to point out, Slay took down Who Are You twice, at the beginning of that fight and at the end of that fight. He's getting massive value on this Kiriko pick. If he can continue to take out that Tracer, it's enormous. And now O2 Blast have to walk in, contest the point while EMP is just looming over their heads.
No self-destruct either. EMP's just going to hit.
Easy.
They already take out Develop, and it should be easy as pie now. Ooh, double sticky bomb kill there by Becky and the kill feed. Nice stuff. 3 persons killed by the Echo. And there you go. PANTHERA are going to take the point. Record breaking time too, it feels like. 4 minutes in the time bank going on to the third.
And you're seeing the limitations of the O2 Blast roster right now. They just don't look anywhere near as comfortable when they're not playing the Ramatra Rush. And that's why we get into this third point. We're back indoors. Protect straight back onto the Ramatra.
Yeah. Well, it was their strength, that is for sure. Double nano coming out. Oh, Prof there just takes the head off a nice. No chance you want to stand up against that. Nano boost from Develop not quite finding the same proficiency. Oh, a duplication by Becky actually in the back. One of the better tank targets to copy is the Ramatra, because you can quickly activate the Nemesis form with the extra HP. Yeah, exactly. Annihilation, that's a free one. And you go straight to the back line. He's going to get hindered for a small moment. And look at that damage. He had the stuns. I look like a double stun there, in fact, from Surge. So they're not finding any purchase at all with that duplication ultimates. But still, look at the pressure that Prophet is putting on. Just walking towards zero fear right now of PANTHERA.
And the problem with this setup with the Sombra Echo Winston is it doesn't feel like they have enough damage to get through the sustainability of O2 Blast. Every time they step up, there's just too much healing, too much going on, especially if they have defensive ultimates. And when Prophet is just hitting shots like that, they're the ones who seem to get punished every time they step up.
You can really see why Seoul Dynasty did pick him up initially at the start of the season, Scott. His aim is just nasty.
Yeah. Slay's falling down as the staggers continue, and PANTHERA, as much as we talked about how they were making a breakneck pace on this Eichenwalder, already a minute and a half off the clock, and it's going to be difficult for them to close this out. They're going to be dependent on Nice hitting these big EMPs.
Oh, hello. Yeah, he needs to build it first, though. He's 10% away, so get it in just a moment. Pulse one, who are you, though? Oh, stuck the shield. Good reaction time there by Slay. Here in the Tracer, doing the double blink. Is nice. Hack in Prophet. Instantly gets nanoed, though. Perfectly timed. He's going to get kept up, too. Those packs going through the bubble. Whoom, and there is the annihilation. Holding the door is Protect, although Who Are You just end up going down, just feels like randomly there to develop with people.
Well, I think he just got stuck in, and once Slay dropped that rally, they didn't have anywhere near enough damage, and Who Are You couldn't disengage. Protect tried to go aggressively with the annihilation, but that's not an awful fight. Oh, especially with that duplicate coming out from Becky as well. Because they use both the rally and the duplicate, that's not a bad fight for O2 Blast. Prophet switching over to the Widow, trying to find a cheeky pick. The problem that they're going to have is they're walking once again into an EMP.
Yeah, walk into an EMP. I mean, Becky was holding the door there for a brief moment in that duplicate. There's the Primal Rage. EMP from Nice. He's just chilling on the high ground right now. Doesn't really
waiting for them to step out.
Yeah, ideally waits for them to step out, exactly. I mean, they're all jumping onto the point now, but with Protect dead, I mean, you might as well just rip it. There it is, 3-man EMP. That should seal the round if they can take care of the support. Surge ends up falling. It's Nice just gatting them down. There's the kills. There's the damage. All good. No hack needed. And, well, there you go. 1 minute and 4 seconds for PANTHERA on that point.
Very comfortable here in Eichenwalder. The composition just coming together a lot more. Arpen able to play and sort of move around without getting punished as much. Nice and Becky able to sort of play their own style, even though it's still, once again, not these big coordinated dives like we see from some of these Western teams with the Tracer and the Sombra and the Winston. It's just a lot of damage that you're going to whittle down, and if you get enough picks, all of a sudden O2 Blast just don't have enough answers. Now let's see if it works as efficiently on their own defense.
I still think Echo's got some of the best voice lines in the game, like just the way she emotes getting kills and stuff. Because she is like an android, like AI kind of thing. It's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. And I don't know. The hero design is kind of awesome. Being able to duplicate, but then she says the alt voice lines, you know, in her own voice, just modulated.
Yeah, with like a different.
I always kind of like that.
Dude, Echo's just a cool hero in general. Like, obviously, she's had her pain points in like the competitive meta, but like as just a whole, if you're just an enjoyer of Overwatch, she's just objectively a very fun hero.
I feel like you can do a lot with the character. The character almost is like a blank slate too for skins. Because it's just like a white robot at the end of the day, right? And you can just do so much with it.
Yeah, especially with all the skins and the colorways that you can do.
Yeah. Just a cool hero. I myself dislike playing against Echo, but the hero is cool.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's a support's nightmare because of the amount of damage that they can do, and it's hard.
I love getting dive bombed and then one shot. It's very fun, and then they dupe into me, and then I have to fight my own shadow clone jutsu, and I lose. Because they have no fear.
Lose for Prophet kills 3 in like a blink of an eye.
Okay, enough
I need to see a highlight of that.
We need a replay of that one. What just happened?
Dude, I was like, oh, this is going really well for Panthera. The dive working much better on defense, and then Prophet just murders everybody.
Two Bloods were just
ridiculous.
waffling while Prophet kills 3. The chat is going to be livid.
I feel bad for the spectators because they were watching him for such a long time, and then as soon as they flick away from him, he goes nuclear.
I'm sure we'll get that in the replay package. Don't worry, everybody. Chat, don't worry.
Now we go back to pointing out, and that's O2 Blast taking it for what feels like free. Just a great individual play from Prophet. But this is where Panthera's composition is going to shine, while the O2 Blast playing the Ramacha, like, how do you assail this castle? It's going to have to be a slow walk up, try and take the positioning away from Panthera, but they're just going to try and spread them out, just never really give them the comfort. And how does the backline of O2 Blast enter into this fight? They're stuck at the choke. You can see them on the cart right now, unable to really step forward because of the fear of Arpen diving at any moment. Whoa,
oh, ambitious pulse bomb. Well, try that. Would have looked cool if he got it. Sticky bombs kill Prophet. We've got to dislodge you. He's being such a little menace on the high ground. Nice does end up falling, so here's a trade at the end of it all, but duplication might make this a little bit different. There's the aerial nade, the bombardment coming in. Jumps straight into a vortex, though, misses the sleep. DPS player moment. Might get a free nano if he's lucky. Karyu's earned himself one, but now he's in a small room with a Brit. Oh, it's all good. They got nano rally. Yep, it's fine. Arpen has to leave now. Are they going to be able to get much value with it, though? That's the big question here. Nice ends up killing Karyu. So almost negative value actually was gained from that nano rally from O2 Blast. Protect in at the front line, ends up getting taken down by Becky. They're going to be able to hold this point pretty easily, in fact.
Yeah, such a, as a support player, feels so bad when they needed to use either the nano boost or the rally just to keep Search alive, but they ended up using both at the exact same time, and all of a sudden that's Panthera just being like, well, we can just disengage, and then they end up hitting a pulse bomb and winning the fight anyway. So O2 Blast ult economy is in shambles now because they're not going to have the sustainability to be able to live through the dive unless Prophet just hits shots again.
What was that? 45-degree flick. That was a little ridiculous, a little silly with it. Uh-oh. Protect is slept. Still got a little bit extra armor, though, so he's good. Who are you with the pulse pistols? Just trying to mow down Becky. And now the question is, how do Panthera really attack now? Because who are you just going to perma anchor point? They got to send someone to stop him in the end. Karyu ends up getting sticky bombed, pushed into this small room, and Search too. Both just caught completely off guard. And now who are you is going to have to retreat, or, well, they're going to force him off first. This Prophet is still finding kills. No, he gets another one. Oh my god, okay. Him and who are you?
The car was pushed very far forward as well, Jack, because Who Are You was just sitting on it while the Panthera herded the backline of O2 Blast into a bad position. But they only need to win one team fight, and Who Are You is still lurking around, lingering, pushing the cart even further. If he can hit a pulse bomb onto a backliner, that'll open the door for O2 Blast.
Oh, Becky almost deciding to go in with the rest of his team, but has to pay attention to Who Are You, stopping him from moving the point. Dragons on the high ground, doing a little bit of clearing. Because here comes the nano boost. It's on our pen. Oh, the nano got rolled. What a nade from Develop. That was insane. Hit Prophet as he got nanoed, so he couldn't actually get that overhealth, but it doesn't matter because they can't touch. Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, the primal. Arpen gets back just in time, hits the primal, gets to the point, but look at that, the distraction technique. Who are you? Kind of rolling. Arpen still locking down this point. Who are you? Did end up going down. And with Protect dying too, this push is going to get thwarted. Better spawns for Panthera. They're working out in their favor.
I thought O2 Blast had that. I didn't think anyone from Panthera was able to touch, but at the last moment, 1 meter remaining, they do get onto it. And that was a commitment there from O2 Blast. Literally all 5 ultimates used to try and capture that one. And it's just such a scrappy map. These guys are just going blow for blow, just fighting all over the map. Not as 5-man units, just individual skirmishes. As you can see, once again, Prophet in trouble, but he's just able to stay alive. Great healing.
Pocket. Never seen someone
not again, guys.
C9.
Please, the cart.
Oh my, Becky. Okay, hit the shift, got to the point, did touch, so no C9.
Traded by Protect, though.
Someone kill Who Are You, please. Oh, this guy's so annoying.
Yeah, they just can't punish him. It just feels like he's able to just sort of keep running around because the dive from Panthera, they're always trying to put pressure onto the backline. They are going to find Karu or Search. Wow.
Maybe not.
The backline of O2 Blast is doing a great job.
Yeah, really looking up from the double support usage a minute ago. Little heals for Becky, please. That'll be great. Meter away from getting locked in, though, that payload. Here comes Protect. Copy onto the Ram. Nemesis 4. Now Prophet is in trouble. So's Caillou. Hits the sleep, but already goes down to Repen. Arpen even. And now Panthera in a good spot. Double support ult Scott. A free annihilation. And then a pick here onto Search would be a very catastrophic. Oh, he has to hit the rally. Oh, but he's so low. And there's only 20 seconds to go, so this rally's pretty useless. Who are you going to be able to touch?
Even if he lives, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Now, Who Are You? He's going to be the one who has to touch in this overtime setup. Slay gets the early nano once again. Some early ultimates coming out.
Give man's nano boost. Oh, he got it. He got the nano. There was a pulse from Who Are You, but nano saved it. There's the annihilation. They still have to touch, mind you. Becky has fallen. As they try and hold the door, that annihilation, though, it's just too good. Just too good. The AoE was too much for them. 30 a minute and 27 seconds to go, Scott, now, though. I mean, Prophet are looking... Oh, is this the start of the game? Oh, this is the start of the game. Okay, ignore everything I just said. This 3K. 1, 2, 3. He just lined them all up, knocked them down. Someone play one of those weird bowling animations from the bowling alley where you hit the strike, where the pins are just like, I don't know, in the sky falling over or something.
Yeah, those silly ass animations. It just made no sense.
Someone
and
play one of those.
Kind of cursed as well.
They are extremely cursed. Who made those? I want to shake their hand.
Blast. A minute remaining though, Jack, and they need to win the fight soon because if they don't finish with any time remaining, even if they do cap, because Panthera have over a minute, they won't get another chance to attack. Who Are You? Taking out Arpen, that's what they needed.
Yeah, Arpen dead. Not good. Although O2 Blast can survive with this rally and this nano boost. This looks almost unsalvageable, honestly, with time left. Have to find a gigantic wipe. I mean, they've technically got the ults coming up to do it, but I mean, this duplication is going to buy so much time. Good nano, stopping that nade being a death sentence. The rally coming in. Nano too. I mean, look, they're throwing everything at the wall here. They've got to do something. 15 seconds to go. They don't want to end this in a tie or a draw. But with nice touching, same with Arpen.
They're going to do it.
They've got 9 seconds to go. They might just be able to do it. Develop jumps on the payload. 5 seconds. Point is being contested. They did have the ult and they have the damage. They're going to be able to get it. A sigh of relief. You see Protect there in the kill cam, not the kill cam, sorry, just the player cam, just breathing a sigh of relief too. My God, that was close.
Yeah, and that was very, very close. O2 Blast just able to squeak it in at the last second, and now they get another chance, another lease on life. And O2 Blast, you can see when they're able to sort of play as a unit and force Panthera into this big brawl, they have the advantage because all of a sudden Panthera, they don't have the damage or the tools to really get through the sustainability of the Ramatra, the Brig, the Ana, all those tools. So now Panthera, can they have another solid attack? Both teams really not having a great first point defense the first time around. Can they make improvements and adjustments? If you're Panthera, you just need to not die to Prophet in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. I mean, look. Easier said than done. Easier said than done, especially if he's on the hands there. I mean, that's what you need. Again, right? You just need that explosive opening from Prophet to open that one up. Because if they didn't do that, you know, it might have been a little bit more difficult there. Because PANTHERA were getting the advantage in terms of kills before Prophet just decided to turn it on.
And his hit scan's so good. It actually makes me so sad we never got to see him play it in the league, because I think it would have been interesting to see him go against the best of the best. He's obviously...
Hello? What?
Okay, I said
Bro,
something nice and my man's AFK. You have a minute, Prophet. No time to waste.
What is he do? He was dying to stickies while emoting. Bro, you haven't won yet. You know that, right? He's dead. Okay, he wasn't AFK though that time, so all good.
They need to be careful not to get staggered. O2 Blast are really committing after that dive, and they lose someone. They're still going all the way to the point. Only 30 seconds remaining as well.
Caillou? Okay. Okay. Do they have the map upside down? Where are they going? Where's Blood walking to?
And now all of a sudden they have 15 seconds remaining. They can hear Who Are You. They know he's up there. He's had to go back. Only 10 seconds. Who's the one who's going to be able to touch? Protect switches over to the Doomfist. Who Are You can potentially triple blink to the point.
He's got to get there. Yeah, okay. Who Are You? Triple blinks to the point. Protect's already like almost negative HP. Prophet ends up getting dove on. Becky hiding in the bubble. Making sure the backline has to pay attention to him, and there you go. Prophet, dead. Search, dead. There's no hope for you in this round, unfortunately. Not even a tick is going to be gained. I mean, they were lucky they got a minute extra, to be fair, Scott. So, hey, happens. Wouldn't blame Prophet for being AFK at the start of the round, though, but...
we can blame him a little bit. It was such a strange double down from O2 Blast. When they lost Prophet on the Hanzo due to an early dive of PANTHERA, I love that play. They just committed even further. We saw Karu decided to go into Narnia, try and run back to the opposition spawn, and then they slowly staggered out to the point that they never really got a second team fight. So maybe a major mistake, and now PANTHERA have the opportunity to take this map.
Have a look what happened here. Yeah, look at the positioning.
Look how deep he is.
Are you here? Yeah,
and
I mean, Search is also kind of
way.
there, but then he's also on the payload. Like, suspect. Very suspect.
That is very strange coming out from O2 Blast. But hey, anything's possible. Draw still on the cards if O2 Blast are able to hold PANTHERA. PANTHERA only need one tick in 2 minutes. If they don't make the same mistake, then they can be solid. This composition of PANTHERA could be difficult to find a window in. They might be sort of banking on wait for Nice to get an EMP, slowly poke, slowly charge ultimates, and then go. Because in a big ultimate fight, they should have the advantage.
Could do. I'm not sure how I feel about the Ashe, to be honest. Like Hanzo, especially with the way he's been playing on Hanzo as well, he's definitely in a groove right now. The Ashe does provide a lot for the Dynamite, but the Hanzo at least has a little bit more mobility with the short cooldown on the dash, and yeah, the coach gun, it's only good for one. It feels kind of rough. I mean, you really need that Bob ASAP, right?
Yeah, it's such a gamble, right? If he has the freedom to shoot like... Oh, wow, that was a great vortex. Stop the dive from Arpen, and now Arpen's in trouble. If they can give Prophet the space to shoot, if he's able to just sort of aim down those sides... Oh, he's a genius. He can see invisible people.
He's actually 9,000 IQ. Hang on a second.
If he gets
Someone check his brain. Someone check this guy's brain. IQ higher than the average man. Oh my god, he almost hit it again.
And Nice isn't charging this EMP quickly at all. I said that was a win condition.
Good beam. Caillou dead. Surge is going to go down too if he's not careful. Surge does end up bashing away, but look at this. They are just hounding him. Jeez, Prophet falls. And yeah, speaking of other people that are on fire right now, Becky has just been so good on this Echo. PANTHERA take the win there and tie the series up.
Yeah, it's a great play by Becky. Nice was just being harassed by Prophet on the Ashe, who was just shooting into the void, hoping that he would decloak him, but then Becky just took that as, hey, no one's aiming at me, no one's looking at me, I'll take over, and absolutely he does tie up the series 1-1. And as we said going into this map, Jack, you can really see the two different styles having advantages on the different types of maps.
It feels like it's This game is going to be pure map dependent. Circuit Royale up next. Panthera and O2 Blast, one apiece. Welcome back. Panthera taking Eichenwalde. We're going to Circuit Royale next. And yeah, like you said, Scott, just the styles already playing to the map strengths. And Panthera that time playing the dive, and O2 Blast playing the ram. And well, it went to Panthera, funnily enough. I mean, Becky also had a very good game. Prophet 2, to be fair, was hitting some nice shots on the hands, though. But it really was just running rings around the rosies, really. I mean, the Winston's just so good versus the ram.
Yeah, and it's just a very interesting matchup because it's just chaos, honestly. Like, neither team are really sort of taking a head-to-head, toe-to-toe fight. They're just throwing whatever they can, their bodies at the point or at the objective, and seeing who comes out on top. But it's funny because, Jack, we're heading over to Circuit Royale, I believe you said. The great equalizer. Yeah, the great equalizer of neither of their comps should be good on this setup. Winston has been played by some, but to very little avail. And then Ramatra definitely can't be played. You can't close the distance of these long corridors. So what are both of these teams going to play? The only person who I believe is going to feast is Prophet, who we have hyped up as such a great hit scan. This is a hit scan map through and through.
Yeah, it is. And Prophet, in theory, should take over, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what they do end up running. Honestly, to be fair, Scott, what did we see today in the West with Circuit Royale? No Sigma at all. So anything can happen.
Yeah, but I don't think just because it wasn't played today doesn't mean it was a great decision. You know, there was some strange happenings in the West, and I think that really speaks to how the meta is evolving in this tournament. We're seeing a lot of different teams going sort of out of the conventional way of playing, either playing the Sigma on Circuit Royale or playing the Winston, Tracer, Sombra, and trying to catch the other teams off guard. And both O2 Blast and PANTHERA have sort of stuck within their wheelhouse so far. Maybe we'll see another curveball thrown.
Yeah, well, only one way to find out as we jump into this series. Have a little look what's going on.
Oh, it's nice.
What's going on in the pool? You know, I always found this pool really funny because it's not that deep. It's like a foot, not even like a foot deep.
Yeah, no, it's potentially the worst pool ever.
But then you couldn't have it any deeper because it would be like, it would just, you couldn't, that's bad.
Can you imagine?
You know what I mean?
If there was water mechanics that you could like, it was an actual pool that was actually deep and you could swim and you could like hide under like the water and stuff like that.
No, bro.
Honestly, great idea for the next one.
hiding in the water just popping out and pulsing me. No, that does not sound fun.
Okay, you know how we said this was the great equalizer and both teams might have to do something different? Throw that out the window. Both teams are really stuck in their ways. We have PANTHERA playing the dive, O2 Blast playing the Ram Rush, and that they're doing. Becky already taken out by Who Are You?
But Prophet's on the Widow. This is the equalizer right here. I mean, getting onto the Widow is pretty easy sometimes, but on maps like Circuit, not so much. That's why we see a whole lot of Sigma here, because where you were just diving straight into the enemy team. Like, they're just playing as
wow.
Oh, nice shot, Slay. Through the bushes, too.
Didn't even see his head, and he took it off. Who Are You does get traded back by Becky. And now O2 Blast, you can see them bending back just a little bit, trying to respect what PANTHERA are doing. There's so much pressure. I like this play with the Tracer, Sombra, and the Winston. I don't believe Prophet's going to be able to play this Widowmaker very effectively, especially if he doesn't have like a Sigma holding down that front line.
PANTHERA, by the way, 0-5 on Escort maps so far this split. It's not the best. So a dub here would be needed. Oh, nice manual hack, or attempted one on Who Are You. Just force the block. Nano boost on Arpen. Just permanently vortex. Double headshot by the Widowmaker. Still nano, though, so damage resistance. Feeling pretty good. Oh, nice block by Who Are You. Stops him from jumping off the map. Nice vortex too, but no, still. Now sleeping with the fishes.
They pop the rally search?
From O2 Blast though. Surge does get naded and protect pretty low. Rips the Annihilation to get that
Nano Annihilation?
There's the Nano Boost. Instant slept. What is happening?
I don't know. They're committing more ultimates just to keep this fight going, but because Protect got slept, the Annihilation just instantly fades away. The Nano Boost comes up for naught, and
he's dead.
Protect's the one who falls, and there's 3 ultimates committed late in a fight where they had such a huge disadvantage, and they got absolutely nothing for it, Jack.
Yeah, 0. Okay, there's a good kill there. Up and feeds. Just jumps in, gets walled off, and yeah, headshot a couple of times.
Oh, Slay?
Does Slay know he's getting shot at? Okay, he does. They're all good.
Good EMP.
Everything is fine. Everything is not fine for PANTHERA right now. Prophet is on Hanzo, and he is dominating.
Yeah, and they finally get the picks back up and throwing them a lifeline of just going way too deep. And from there, O2 Blast just able to close out everything. Nice shot there onto Becky. And I really like this switch over to the Hanzo. If they're going to play this Tracer Sombra, Widowmaker is just so difficult. It's just too easy to be dove. You don't have the ability to stay alive. And now they get the first capture point. Took a little bit of time, but now O2 Blast absolutely moving forward.
Is Protect going to stick on the Doom? Yeah. Felt like it was just to get back in time, but I wonder if he's actually going to stick on it. There's the nano boost. Who are you? No CDs at all. Even gets hacked for reading that. He does indeed have ultimate. Did you trade DPS for DPS here?
Yeah.
Sleep onto
Prophet's just
protect.
looking for arrows.
Nice sleep, nice hack. Good kill.
I don't like this Doomfist here from Protect anymore. I agree he was just there to touch, but I'd like to see him switch back to something like the Ramacha. Doesn't look like he is going to switch out. Arpen pops the Prime. Will just try and keep this sort of stagger going. He's found Karu, found Search. And that should be a reset here for O2 Blast.
Good stagger. Oh, my stagger even for... Oh, the body block. The body block is good for the kill. There's team kill too. All right.
They are thinking about spawn holding, but thinking better of it now. They're going to back up just a little
still
bit.
on Doom.
Maybe he wants to just stay for the Meteor Strike. It's... What are you going to get
you hitting?
from the Yeah, the Meteor Strike. Doomfist is just so difficult to play against the hacks. And who,
Oh, no,
yeah,
okay.
there you go.
There we
switch.
go.
There's the switch. Thinking better of it.
Alrighty. Yeah. This is better. Yeah, no shot. I mean, Meteor Strike, even at the best of times, maybe you get some damage or a kill, but so susceptible to hacks, like you were saying. Speaking of which, oh, Rush actually on the high ground. Long range nano boost onto Protect. But Development is already dead. Slay forced to TP. And now with Prophet, like, the pocket this guy gets is just
crazy.
Next level. Like,
he absolutely deserves it. He's the one doing most of the damage right now for O2 Blast. He has 7 of their 11 final blows on this Hanzo, and he's the one opening the door. He started that with a headshot.
Feasting.
Able to clean it up. So Search and Karu, I do need to give credit though. They are doing a great job. The pocket has been there. Every time Prophet is getting dove on by Arpen and Nice, he's getting the heals that he needs to just stay alive. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to play the Hanzo here.
What a shot onto Nice. Dragon Strike to split the team. Becky in trouble. Has to use the shift to get away. Good split into, well, guess who's behind? It's Arpen. Does manage to get out. Got naded too by Develop. Found himself a nano boost. There it is, nano boost, but you're against the rally. I mean, Arpen's going to be able to get Primal Rage. So that's something at least. But it's all a matter of time now. Especially with all these ults that O2 Blast have. And the headshots that Prophet has been hitting. He's really feeling himself right now. Jumping into the back line with the with the aid of Arpen. Mind you. Getting Primal Rage.
Healed.
But this is... How is he still alive? Like, they're going to be entering their diamond wedding anniversary soon with the amount of love and support that Prophet is getting. Like, this is disgusting.
But it's working. Prophet is playing intentionally aggressive, drawing a lot of the ire and just the focus here from PANTHERA. And then if he's able to stay alive and he keeps hitting the shot, even with the pressure in his face, they're suddenly just slowly making their way through this Circuit Royale.
Slowly but surely. Okay, well, copy available for PANTHERA.
Yeah.
Might be good.
Yeah, Arpen doesn't have the Primal Rage, so he's so afraid of stepping up in this situation. Develop doesn't have the Nano to save him as well. So he's going to be careful about stepping up. Nano onto Protect, I believe that is. And now he's running down Development. All of a sudden, PANTHERA in trouble once again.
Good wall. These walls have been really nice. It does pay for it. Vortex is too, mind you. It's a small ability, but it does a whole bunch of work. Is Nice going to commit to this? He might, but it seems a little bit haphazard if he does. Needs to wait for some backup.
O2 Blast lost carry, but Search has the rally. Oh my god, EMP gone.
Well, he didn't lose the ability, luckily, but yeah, nice life cut short pretty swiftly. There's the copy onto the ram. Oh, only just surviving. Nope, not quite. Not quite. Becky's going to get picked out of the air. Not before he ends up taking Prophet with him. There's the EMP. 4-man hitting everybody alive on O2 Blast right now. Blizzard thrown out by Who Are You. Might not be able to find all too much, but PANTHERA touching. And with 30 seconds to go, might mean they're going to hold.
Yeah, Protect pops the Annihilation as well. Doesn't really get anything for it. Now there's Panic Swap. Search over to the Lucio. Protect on the Queen. Just trying to do anything that will help them touch once again. He's got to be careful, getting very low, but not many ultimates in the bank for either team. Only developed with this Nano Boost.
Good tries. He didn't go for the body shot there, to be honest with the railgun, but hey, there it is. There's the pick. On to Prophet.
Oh, Slay?
Are you dead? Slay in the back.
Slay?
3 kills for the Kiriko. Maybe 4? Give him Who Are You as well. Give it to him.
Yo, give him the 5k.
Yeah, why not? No.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he got 4.
Almost.
Damn, that was a nice play.
Okay, Slay with 2 kills to start off that fight. There you go. Hold for Panthera on 3rd.
Funnily enough, Slay is leading for Panthera with 8 final blows. 8 of their 25 final blows to Slay. He's just went absolute sicko mode there on the Kiriko. Love to see it. But that's not a bad push here by O2 Blast. If you can get it to this 3rd point all the way to the end, you have a great opportunity to be able to close out this map. So Panthera, they're going to be the team that's going to be having to show how this Winston composition is going to work, because the reason a lot of teams don't play dive on this map is very long distances to close. So Arpen on the Winston, he's going to have so much incoming damage. And now Prophet on the other side, he's going to be able to play that hit scan again, but he's be able to play defensively. He's not having to step into the danger of Panthera.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, here's the play from Slay. Nice. He Suzu. Oh, that was clean. I don't think he even Suzu'd himself there, by the way. I think he threw it at Prophet. Oh,
that's a clip.
Kills by Slay.
Put that one in the montage.
And a half. And now he's on Brig. God damn.
Well, that's disappointing. But look at him. He's got that little smirk. He knows what he just did. Look at him. He's proud of himself.
All good. It's so interesting that Prophet's actually just sticking with a Soj. Surprised not playing the Hanzo, honestly, but...
Yeah, Soj is a very interesting choice here. It can be difficult to play Sojourn against these dive setups because it's hard to build up this rail charge. But, hey, we've seen some Sojourn players really make this one work. See if he can do the same. Panthera are coming out of the dive. Arpen on the Winston. Nice on the Sombra once again. Becky on the Echo. See if they can make this one work.
Yeah, you're not really showing yourself too much before you hit the dive. So, like you were saying, Prophet's not going to get a ton of time to charge, but he's still sending a few railguns here and there.
Oh, very aggressive.
Really deep. Good sleep. Yeah, that's going to be a quick kill. Just hinting a little bit there on the high ground, I would say.
The advantage O2 Blast have, though, is they're holding so aggressively that they will get another fight here on the first point. He gets both supports as well, so that actually might mean that Panthera aren't going to be able to push this card as far as they would like, because O2 Blast DPS will get back into position and force Panthera back. But nice, trying to step up, ping out where people are, try and get the last bit of this ult charge, but Prophet's looking for him.
He's trying. Easier to check the Sombra, I suppose, with the Soj. Ooh, Arpen. No, he got Suzu. All good. All good. EMP coming up soon for Nice. The hack onto Karu is good. But it's not good for a kill. Or at least till now. Yeah, I mean, this nano boost is ridiculous. Good sticky accuracy too by Becky. Becky has also been showing up. Annihilation been pulled. They're just running it down now. And then Prophet is in the back line. It feels like the DPS or the tanks always end up in the back line somehow.
Wait, did Search just rally? Wasn't he the one getting juggled into the opposition spawn?
Yeah, he's 1 HP and he's dead.
I think he just popped the rally after the juggle. He was getting pushed around by Arpen with the Primal Rage, and ooh, I don't know what happened with that one. It ended up falling regardless, and now they're not even going to be able to touch. A Nano Boost, who are you?
A Nano Boost, who are you, in to get the touch. He's 0.7 meters away from the payload going in. He gets hacked, so that additional damage is going to find the kill. And then Slay just turbo spamming right clicks. Nice Suzu on himself. There is a sleep onto Prophet. He does get executed by Becky. This payload struggling to get in, but there we go. Panthera make it.
O2 Blast, just, those were so many panic ultimates just to try and turn it around. We saw Search rally while he's getting Primal Rage away, gets punished for a Protect in a 2v4, it feels like, tries to pop the Annihilation. Prophet pops the Overclock at the final hour to try and get anything done, gets slept. Now they have nothing left really to speak of, and Panthera got the cart moving. Nice is still holding on to this EMP.
EMP, yeah, there's no way. There's no way you survive that one, sadly. I like the forward play, but they are going to get another recontest. I mean, to be fair, Panthera could go in again. They have got to. Yeah, they're just going to go in. Becky is just going crazy.
His Echo is nasty. He's been doing so much work on this. He's definitely getting the better end of Who Are You right now in this mirror. And he has this duplicate so he can play aggressively because at any moment if he gets in enough trouble, he can just duplicate. And the cart's already closing in on the second point, Jack. Oh, never mind. Becky didn't pop it.
He didn't end up popping it, no. So it's just the primal rage to stop people
from
payloading yet. Arpen just primaling people off the point. Gets locked in as PANTHERA looking to secure their first Escort win of this split.
Nano boost. Why? Why? They're just using so many ultimates to just try and keep these fights going, but they never have the advantage. They're always at a disadvantage, and now these ultimates are just going by the wayside, so they don't have them to even take an even fight. Oh, O2 Blast, they're just making mistakes, and it feels like it's costing them in a big way. 4 minutes remaining for PANTHERA to just make it to that golden box of victory at the end of the third point.
Yeah, a few, I'd say, confusing decisions coming out from the backliners with the nano boost and support. It doesn't really feel like they're on the same page 100% of the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
now
PANTHERA are just in such a good spot. Oh, saying that, Slay ends up going down to headshot. Still gonna try and make something of this though. Surge pops the rally, just trying to end the fight ASAP. I mean, Develop's dead. It should be good now. No kills for PANTHERA in that fight.
Profit coming up clutch once again for O2 Blast, just opening everything up, getting those picks. That's what they need from him. So now they're able to hold more aggressively, hold these doors. It's going to be difficult because PANTHERA can only enter into this point by going through either this big choke or this doorway on the right side. You can see Arpen just trying to close that distance, but it's costing him so much. Has to use his bubble early. Getting pressured out by who are you? C9. They do not know. They do not know.
They don't know.
They do not know. They do not know.
Oh my
Jack,
god, they don't know. They don't know,
This is so
Scott.
bad. No,
What?
not like this.
This is the most egregious C9 I've ever seen. This is the... Oh my god, turn off the stream right now. They didn't know for a solid 20 seconds. You have to be joking. There is no way we just witnessed that. That's egregious.
That's one of the worst C9s we've seen in a long time. Like, there's been situations where there's pressure in situations no one anticipated. Nice just going to the card and pushing it the whole way through. Oh no.
Oh. End the stream.
Just end the series.
What's happening?
Just give it to PANTHERA.
Just give it to PANTHERA. By the way, that's their first Escort win this split. And they get it for one of the most egregious C9s possible. Oh my god. Well, see you on Reddit. That one's getting clipped and shipped. I can't wait for the NA broadcast to wake up for that one. That's going to be a good one. Right, we're going to jump to a break. I'm going to recover my thoughts, and so should you. Yeah, map number 4 up next. Oh, all right. I've just performed a lobotomy on myself, so I no longer remember the last map. I hope it was a good one. Can't wait to go to the next one. This is gonna be a good match, Scott. I think maybe potentially.
Yeah. Let's just forget everything that's happened in this last map. You know, congratulations to PANTHERA for winning a very ethical win. You know, didn't do
ethically
anything.
sourced win.
Exactly. You know, that's what we expect here in the Overwatch League. Everybody to win because they play the right way. But O2 Blast making some critical mistakes. You know, not just obviously the ridiculous C9 we just witnessed. Sorry to ruin the joke, but O2 Blast also made other mistakes in that map. They threw away some ultimates, they never really stabilized, and that sort of led to this cascading effect that PANTHERA just win. They had so much time. Even if that C9 didn't happen, I feel like PANTHERA were in a pretty good opportune situation to really close it out. Now we move over to Esperanza, a map that really can go either way, and both of their styles of playing, the Ramatra Rush and the Winston Dive, can both be viable.
Yeah, I mean, PANTHERA looking like they're going to close out the series here, though, man. No way O2 Blast recovers from that. No
yeah,
way.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, actually, the third form of damage. The emotional damage. There's physical, there's like mental damage, mental warfare in the chat, you know? And there's emotional. All three were inflicted in that Circuit Royale game. Esperanza, maybe Oasis, we'll see, but yeah, you are right there, Scott. I mean, the Ram works here, Winston works here. It depends who's clicking more heads, I think. It feels like this whole series has really been Becky versus Prophet this entire time.
Yeah, that's a great way to summarize it. Of if Prophet is given the freedom to shoot and sort of put out that pressure, he's been hitting the shots and he's been getting the final blows and really the major carry factor for the O2 Blast. But the PANTHERA dive is in sync, they're coordinated, and they're enabling Becky, as you said, to really get on them. There's nothing Prophet can do. So we can see what both teams opt to here. O2 Blast with a very different look right now, in the spawn at least.
Huh. Yeah, there's no way they stick ball, but protect on the JQ. Okay.
I kind of like it. We've seen a lot of teams use Joker Queen against compositions because you can use the shout whenever the dive happens, give your team a bit of extra health and movement speed. And then also you have that knife that if you hit a target, either a backliner or the Winston, you can pull them back into your team, and that really disrupts the flow of the dive. So we'll see if Protect can make this one work. I haven't seen this one from him recently, at least.
Looking forward to it. It's always an interesting matchup, the Queen versus the Monkey, like you said, with a knife. The knife.
Knife?
Gracie.
Yeah, Gracie,
now,
mate.
is a knife. I too am Australian.
No, okay.
I'm actually a Kiwi.
No,
I like to tell everybody I'm a Kiwi online because they're like, "You Australian?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm a Kiwi." They're like, "Oh,
you don't even
sense.
sound like a Kiwi.
I know exactly. Kevin is seething right now in the green room.
Punch an arrow.
All right, developing search are dead. Guy you in trouble. Naded himself. Ends up dying anyway. All right, nice little 8 meter advantage there by O2 Blast, but without supports, there's only so much. Gracie and Adrenaline can heal you up if you're Protect. As the bot in control of O2 Blast now. Also, PANTHERA. Becky up himself a pulse bomb. See the difference between the ult charges with Nice and Prophet, though? So much more damage from Nice. I mean, you get a good heat and P here, Scott, that could be checkpoint.
And Prophet, we spoke about it earlier, he was on the Seoul Dynasty earlier in this year, and he really struggled. One of the reasons that he ended up being traded away from that Seoul Dynasty squad was because he just really wasn't able to sort of get a grasp on the Sombra, at least at the Overwatch League level. Let's see if he's made some adjustments. But right now, Nice is definitely in the lead with this EMP charge.
Oh, I mean,
that was optimistic.
Disrespect on who are you there. If that landed, greatest play in history. But it didn't, so it sucked.
EMP up.
I mean, the support's just lined up for this one. Yeah, there it is. Good execution on the dive. However, Protect manages to just annihilate the backline of PANTHERA and get a nice axe swing. Oh, no! Nice smacked him down before he got the axe swing off. Okay, all right. Still above bar.
This mini health pack to play off of as well, which is actually coming in quite clutch. It's only a mini, but because it's hacked, it's coming up so much. The Tracer and the Sombra are both able to bounce around it, and as much as Protect made some heroics getting both backliners as the Queen, it just wasn't enough. Now Prophet has the EMP, waiting for his team to follow up. Gets seen, has to disengage.
All right. Now Nice is chilling. Oh, good kill on the Transocate. Will it result in a kill? Prophet is kind of chilling. No, it ends up just slipping back into the void. EMP still available for Prophet, and with that nano boost on the Queen and the Winston, Protect needs to find somebody, but a little bit too scared by the looks of it. It's the one man, or the two man. Sorry, I think Arpen's antied as well. Kill onto Prophet was fairly swift, but there is just so much happening. Like 2 rallies are going off right now. No one's dying. Protect eventually falls. This is as scrappy as it can be right now. 2-1 in 14. Nice sleep onto Arpen.
Yeah, and Protect, he tries to go in with that Rampage, isn't able to find anything, switches over to the Winston while Arpen is just making mincemeat of the backline of the O2 Blast. And yeah, as you said, Jack, just unable to really find anything. And Prophet is still holding on to this EMP. Nice is about to lap him with this ultimate. Prophet just not able to find a window or opportunity to drop it. And now checkpoint very close to being capped by PANTHERA.
Very. Oh, hello.
Oh, it's in again.
That sucks. There's the EMP still available for Prophet. They keep kind of discovering each other there. Okay, they're back. They're resetting. Sombras are resetting, everybody. Oh, EMP hits. Hits 3. Oh, and there's the second one. All good. Slay dead. Develop really low. Prophet's going to be able to chase this one down. Develop hits a nice sleep. It'll be great, but no. Protect just lands on his head.
Yeah, great EMP there from Prophet. Able to take down both backliners pretty much solo. Nice did drop his own EMP, but the follow-up wasn't there. So massive swing there for O2 Blast. They can now start getting some progress of this cart. They don't have to have that fear of the EMP lurking, so that it sort of hinders their ability to take progress and take space.
Close one for Becky. Looks like he wants to line that one up. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the stick onto Who Are You again. I got to be honest with you. The disrespect stick. Oh, asleep. Oh, straight into the bubble. Same with that pulse bomb, in fact. Both abilities there. Hit the bolt. Good push from PANTHERA so far. O2 Blast has just been struggling.
And I think it's Arpen. Arpen, wait, this is an interesting start. Arpen, Nice, and Becky, all 3 of them have not died this map. All of their deaths are only on their backline. So even though O2 Blast is getting some success of their dive onto the backline, they're just unable to punish the aggressive and the dive of the PANTHERA. And this is just them showing they are the superior team in the Winston Tracer Sombra. Prophet gets picked late as well as the checkpoint comes through. So some brutal staggers.
I don't think that's late, Scott. I think that's just early. Like they were resetting and they almost fully reset. Nice sleep onto Protect. Kayu's dead. I mean, this is O2 Blast running out of oxygen right now. They are suffocating under PANTHERA. This is a tough game. It's been hard for Prophet to get kills, or not even get kills, set up with manual hacks, get EMPs off. PANTHERA pushing past checkpoint with 5 ults. That was a no ult fight for them.
And Prophet just blinking, deciding, nah, I don't want any more of this Sombra noise. I'm not on Soul Dynasty anymore. I'm going back to my tried and true Hanzo. And I don't hate the decision. As much as it's maybe not optimal, he's just better at Hanzo. Instantly finding
value, man. There's the rally from Search. Look at all that armor. Support character.
Yeah. And now they have the cart moving. It did cost them their rally, but we saw the same thing from PANTHERA.
Oh, cheeky.
I love this look. I love this look of Hanzo. Don't play into the PANTHERA's game. Just play your own. EMP is dropped, and they're keeping Prophet alive once again.
How do they keep this guy alive? Dude, he is... Man, if he has a life insurance policy right now, the insurers are very happy. Because he does not die. They had to throw, like, what, 2 ults into him and everything else? Jeez. Gives them enough time to kill Slay, too. I mean, their backline is so good at keeping Prophet alive. But PANTHERA, they are just executing on those dives a little bit better.
If I ever play DPS, all I'm saying is I want Search and Karu as my supports, because I know I will never die under them because of just how much they pocket, but it's just not enough. Like, it doesn't feel like, as much as they're staying alive, it's not offering enough, and the slow bleed out does continue to happen as PANTHERA has taken the forward spawn checkpoint back as the cart moves forward, but PANTHERA aren't really interested in really forcing the issue. They have the advantage. They don't need to do anything. The onus is on O2 Blast to step up, and they're just going to more than happy to wait, charge up EMP with Nice, put their backline in a defensive position with Develop on that high ground, and there's going to be very little the O2 Blast can do.
There's Nano Boost. It's on to Protect. Same with Arpen. Who's got a better dive? Looks like it's PANTHERA for the time being. Prophet still being perma-pocketed, but a nice stick by Becky. Prophet is gonna at least get a kill onto Develop, but I mean, they are still losing progress here. Like, Prophet is stuck. Same with Protect. They're gonna have to wait for the supports to come back, but this is free push for PANTHERA.
Yeah, and they're just getting more
Protect
position.
dies late.
Protect, yeah, super late death. PANTHERA, even though they might have to sort of slow down on their push progress, because they have the forward spawn, they're going to reinforce in numbers before Protect even gets back, and we'll see the exact same situation where the backline of PANTHERA is sitting on the high ground, and O2 Blast have no real way to assail into this opposition. I say this every time, and Prophet just finds a pick somehow, some way.
Dude, Becky was falling through the air and he lands the headshot. This guy is just on another level when it comes to Hanzo.
Develop is deep. I don't know how he ended up there in the low ground, unable to be kept alive. Who are you sticking him? Arpen follows. Who are you giving them a lifeline? O2 Blast once again pushing the car back in the opposite direction.
Ooh, good recall. Sleep probably would have hit too. Do not die here. It'll be a bad death.
Oh, Protect. How does that happen?
Dies. Wait, yeah, how does that happen? He died on the mega health pack.
Just so scrappy, so split up from each other. Oh, Karu, and they're not even going to need to use the EMP.
Hack.
They can just take down Search. Karu's going to follow, and now they able to keep holding on, and that's just mistakes that we've seen from O2 Blast of just positioning an ultimate to now Protect making another hero swap. Now moving back over to the Doom Fist.
Oh
Prophet
my dude.
This is a story of just the same thing happening once again.
Oh. Actually giving player of the match.
Oh, nice.
Straight up. Ooh. That was close. Protect almost returned to sender there. Into Becky. I mean, 22 seconds to go, Scott. Look at the meter as Zane's playing.
Yeah.
Was that 53? Well, more now. He's,
and only 15 seconds remaining, so even if O2 Blast win this teamfight, they have such a long way to go to turn things around.
And they have to walk into EMP. Like, this is next to impossible. If this EMP is anywhere half decent, it's next to impossible to win this now. They are looking for a miracle. Pack onto Protect, does punch away. Just a minimum punch there. Just to gain some distance, but they gotta know. They gotta know Nice has this EMP. Alright, Arpen, Primal Rage, does get put to sleep, gets woken up instantly by Prophet. Kind of mad at this point, I will Prophet. Good reveal, actually, onto the Sombra.
Yeah.
Forces the Translocate onto Nice, but Karu's already dead. Arpen finds the kill. And now they can need the EMP. They don't need it.
They don't need it. It's just too much there. O2 Blast were playing around that EMP so much that they never even took a proper fight. PANTHERA just picking them apart one by one. Who are you? The sole survivor. Nice drops a celebratory EMP once again, and PANTHERA closing it out.
Yeah, GG. GG's all around. PANTHERA take the dub there, 2 and 4 in the standings. O2 Blast fall to 1 and 5. I mean, a disheartening loss on circuit, but PANTHERA end up coming up with a good tier today. O2 Blast, their woes continue. I mean, Search and Karu, very, very good at, like, pocketing Prophet, and Prophet popping off, like, permanently on the Hanzo, but just not able to get it done. PANTHERA just seemed a little bit more coordinated today.
And you just see the limitations of the style that O2 Blast want to play. They want to play the Ramatra, but you just can't play that everywhere, and it doesn't feel like Protect really has the ability or just anything to just play something different. And no match for the dive of PANTHERA. And honestly, there were just so many great plays from a lot of these different players in PANTHERA. They looked rough in the first map, but able to turn it around as soon as they could play that Winston.
Yeah, player of the match today, though, is going to be Becky. Lot of hero plays on the Echo as well. Like, his Echo play has just been phenomenal for the team.
Yeah, and that's such an important pick. He's even able to play that Sombra from time to time when they required it. So if he's able to play that Echo at that level, he can follow up Arpen. He's just coming in absolute clutch. How many, like, 3 or 4Ks did we see him get in this series? Just as soon as he has the freedom to move around, shoot down people, he starts beaming them. It's just so clean.
His accuracy on the sticky bombs is kind of nutty, actually. So yeah, Becky will be the player of the match. Looking forward to seeing more PANTHERA, honestly. I mean, at the end of the day, they got to match Dreamers. They got to be up there with other contenders, boys. I mean, the Charge and the Dragons, they are also not doing as hot, but you can kind of see why Becky got player of the match in just these highlights here. And his Echo play is just phenomenal.
Yeah. honestly, the entire team played really well. I think Arpen has been struggling on this Winston whenever they sort of match up against some of these other teams in the Winston dive, but you can really see how him and the rest of the team can like coordinate a dive, and they did a great job of playing chaotically that forced O2 Blast to just be uncomfortable moving around, and that's what gives Becky the freedom to do this, because as you see, like, no one's ever looking at Becky because there's just so much going on their screen.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you don't have a dedicated hit scan. I mean, in this situation, they did have Prophet, but an Ashe, especially on these close quarters maps, is close quarters points, is nothing compared to like a Cass, who can routinely just put shots into you and look elsewhere. Ashe really needs to have that little bit of setup with the aim down sides. Had some good duplications as well, mind you. So yeah, Becky, well deserved player of the match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe should have gone for nice for the C9, but
no, I thought we forgot about that happening. I thought you hit your head as we were coming into map 4.
That's true. Lobotomy.
Sorry. I think we're all gonna need that one after that. That was one of the
potentially
worst
one of the worst of all time, honestly.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, let's not go too far.
Wait, really?
I can't remember who was the Shanghai Dragons player that stepped off the card in overtime as the door was opening. In like 2019 or 2020.
Yeah, that was a long
Do you remember
time
that?
ago.
Like literally nothing is going on and they stepped off the card. That was one of the worst. But definitely one of the worst forced C9s that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I think we will have an interview as well in just a moment. Not just a moment. Right now, we're going to throw over to Unknown.
안녕하세요. 슬리 선수 승리 축하드립니다.
Hey Slee, congrats on your win.
네, 소감 한마디 해주시죠.
How do you feel?
제가 근데 지금 소리가 너무 작아가지고
아, 네, 슬리 선수 승리 정말
let me
축하드립니다.
adjust your volume
혹시
a little
승리
bit.
소감 어떠신가요?
I'll go again. How do you feel?
쉽게 이길 했는데 일정 중에 너무 아쉬워요.
아,
I
살짝
thought
아쉬움이
it would be an
남는다라고
easy victory,
말씀하셨는데,
but we dropped one
지난
map, and that's a little bit
판테라,
disappointing.
조금 아쉬운 그런 모습도 보여주셨습니다. 그때 혹시 힘들진 않으셨나요?
Like you said, you struggled a little bit at times. How's the comms like?
오늘의 기점으로 최대한 좋은 반영을 끌어가려고 노력하고 있어요.
아,
So
제가
we're just kind of
지금 딱
trying to
기억에
take it a little bit
남는
positively, and we're
다른
trying to
선수를
use this
인터뷰한 적이
as a turning
있었는데
point to
그때
turn our
가장
fortunes
힘이
around.
되는 그런 선수가 있냐라는 질문에 슬리 선수를 대답했던 그런 기억이 납니다. 슬리 선수도 기억이 나실 텐데요. 힘들었을 때 슬리 선수에게
A
가장
lot of the
힘이 되었던
Panthera
선수가
players
있을까요?
actually pointed out you as the most
저는
supportive member of the
개인적으로
team. So
두
do you have
명인데
any comments on that?
나이트 선수랑 디벨롭 선수인데 이제 모르는 거 좀 알려주고 뭐 이제 형들이니까 저 좀 챙겨주고 그러면서 좀 으쌰으쌰 했던 것 같아요.
So I mean, I'm one of the
혹시 어떻게
more older
말을
players of the
해주던가요,
team. I
슬리
just wanted to,
선수에게?
make sure that the younger players
뭐
are
이거는
all
이렇게
kind
하면 안
of
된다
just
이런 거
ready, both
알려주거나
mentally and
아니면
also
지금은 힘들지만
on the game tactic, strategic
열심히 할
points as
거다
well.
하면서
So I'm just kind of like helping them on
아,
that.
그렇게 멘탈을 조금 다독여주는 그런
멘탈
형들이 있었기
Yeah, but
때문에
if you have to
조금 더
compare the
좋은
two,
모습을
it's more
보여주신 게 아닌가
about the mental
싶은데
support part
오늘
on my side.
서킷 외알에 굉장히 명장면들이 많이 나왔습니다. 특히 슬리 선수가 키리코로 4킬을 하는 그런 장면도 나왔는데 기억나시나요?
Do you remember
네.
where you had
네, 그때
where you
혹시
pulled the 4K
어떠셨어요?
on Kiriko in Circuit Royale?
이제
Yeah.
좀
Can you elaborate on that
이번엔
situation?
좀잘 쐈는데 하고 있었는데 마지막 트릴 때 좀 많이 놓쳐갖고
So I mean,
아,
yeah,
그런
I had this
비하인드까지
feeling.
있었다고 말씀해
We pulled out the
주셨는데
Kiriko because
그리고
I
서킷
was kind of hitting my shots on the Kiriko
가지고
the
오게
past few
된
days,
계기가
and it really
나이스
paid out.
선수의
I did miss a few
승부가
shots,
시너지
so that was a
성공이기
little bit
때문에
meh.
가지고 오게 되었는데 그때 상황 한번 말씀해 주실 수 있을까요?
이제 그때 호성이 형이 나이스 선수가 어그로를 끌어볼게 했는데
So
상대가 아무도 가지 않아갖고
there was actually a huge C9 in Circuit Royale. What was the situation?
그러고 있었어요.
So
아,
the
약간
situation
나이스
was
선수의
that Knight
승부가
said
조금 더
that
주도적으로
he'll
콜을 한
attract
그런
attention so
상태였네요.
that we can actually win the team fight. But it was actually the other way around because nobody
아,
kind of
네.
gave
나이스
attention to Nice.
선수의 손브라가
So
조금
that kind
주도적으로
of came
콜을
to
한
be.
그런 상황이었을 것
아, 예.
같은데요. 네. 다음 경기는요 포커페이스와의 대결 그리고 델러스 퓨얼과의 대결이 있습니다. 조금 긴장이 될 법도 한데 어떻게 준비하실
So
생각이세요?
next up you have Poker Face and Dallas Fuel. These are very strong opponents. How are you going to prepare for
그래도
them?
이기려는 쪽으로 가지 않을까.
혹시
밸런스는 힘들 수도 있을 것 같아요.
I mean, of course, we're definitely going to prepare so that we can win. Of course, Dallas is going to be a very, very tricky opponent, but we'll still try our best to prepare as well.
팬분들께 한마디 마지막으로 부탁드립니다.
Any last messages to your fans?
감사합니다.
I mean, what can I say? Thank you for all your support. I can only thank you.
팬테라의 슬리 선수와 인터뷰 나눠봤습니다.
And this is the end of the interview. Back to you, Jack.
Thank you very much. Unknown. There you go. Hearing from Panthera. At the end of the day, like, you've got a lot of tough opponents coming up, right? O2 Blast probably one of the easier ones, so getting this one out of the way with a dub is always nice. We got Soul Dynasty versus Pokeface though up next. We're gonna jump to a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
A testament to my skill.